EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the so-called Silicon Valley and Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Denver Broncos and the San Francisco 49ers. First carry now for Trey Sermon. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
And CD, you look at this defense, what kind of pressure are they under trying to stop a team that has won 5 games in a row?
Well, to me, it makes their job harder because you know you're going up against an offense that's playing at an elite level. And sometimes you can get too caught up in trying to play the perfect game. You're trying to be too precise, too fine, instead of just letting it rip. And I think that's more the priority than trying to be absolutely perfect.
An early test, 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2. They'll try and run for the first with Sermon. And he's got the first, but we also have a flag on the field. And they're already walking backwards. A nickel set defensively for the Broncos here on 3rd down. He'll look to throw. Wide open receiver complete. And he is going to have a 49ers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. On first down, it's Mitchell. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. This defense for the Broncos, they were excellent last week in the win over the Chargers.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defensive coordinator about their performance last week because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
56, Mike, 56, right there.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he's going to have a Niners first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory, right at the 40. On the handoff, Sermon. And he's taken down inside the 30. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game. They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now a handoff. Sermon. And down inside the 15 he goes. 15 for the Niners there and a first down. They run. Here's Sermon. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. The corner, Ronald Darby, comes up to get him. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. They'll drop to throw. His throw incomplete.
It's been a good opening drive offensively thus far, but you know they don't want to waste it and settle for a field goal attempt after that incompletion. So this is a big play coming up here on 3rd down.
They'll set up to throw. That'll be caught by Ayuk. Touchdown 49ers. Brandon Ayuk, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the 49ers drive right down the field and score on the opening drive. An extra point It's now a 7-0 game.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line. So bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses him about 4 yards. And here's a quick throw to Hamler on the edge. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be second and very short. They fake the handoff. Now Lance. He'll go up top here for Hamler. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up third down. An incomplete pass on second down leads us to 3rd and inches. Now a first carry for the former Tar Heel, Javonte Williams. And he's going to have a Broncos first down as he's got this past the 35 to about the 37.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
To throw, it's Lance. This is the tight end Fant.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10.
Here's Lance. That is taken in by the tight end Fant.
And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. A very solid gain of 27. They'll run on first down. It's Williams. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. 10 more there and another first down. He's obviously a bit of a shorter running back. Sometimes when he goes up the middle like that, he gets lost in there and then he pops out for 10, 20 yards.
I actually asked NFL linebackers if that was true. Do you actually lose sight of some of the smaller running backs? And all of them confirmed that that can be a problem. Think of it this way. 2 of the top running backs in NFL history, Emmitt Smith, Barry Sanders, both 5'10".
On second down, it's Williams. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. Only gets a yard, but it's enough to set him up 1st and goal.
Off of play action, here's Lance. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now third down coming up.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal?
Now Lance.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
Javon Kinlaw
Drops him for a loss of 12, and it also brings up 4th down. And McManus able to put it through. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So from an offensive perspective, at least able to get on the board here right in front of the 2-minute warning.
Yeah, now it's time to talk about complementary football, isn't it? Because if the defense can force a 3 and out, there could be enough time on the clock that they can get the ball back for their offensive guys and maybe put some more points on the board before the half.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. They had the touchdown on the opening drive of the ball game. It was countered by just a field goal. So, hey, if your guys can do that for 4 quarters, you're in good shape.
Yeah, it is a team game, so that's just good complementary football. But, you know, I know I'm no brainiac, but you trade 6s for 3s, things are going to work out in your favor.
Here's a 2nd and 7. Winds up and lets it go for Samuel. And got his man complete. Touchdown, 49ers. Deebo Samuel, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the 49ers are able to strike quickly for 6. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go. Look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder. It puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. Lance now on 1st down. Steps away to his left. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Lance. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. Well, you and I, partner, we got the plum assignment this week, an unbeaten team against a one-loss team. Really not much separating these two entering play here today.
Not much at all, and I think for both coaches, they've looked at their team and said, guys, you got to know what you're getting into in this one, and you better be ready to go because you get to answer the big question of the day. Are we as good as we think we are? We're about to find out.
Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they stop it prior to what will be an important 4th down. On 4th down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. They'll call this a 41-yard punt, 7 on the return. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go up and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
2nd and 2. Eluding the pressure right. This one taken in by the former Baylor Bear, Jalen Hurd. A 1st down there on a pickup of 25.
And that's a nice throw right there. And I'll tell you what I've seen in recent times and actually watched a presentation in the offseason from a college offensive coordinator that showed about 10 different drills that he runs with his.
He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. Max Crosby in there to bury him for a loss of 11.
But that's what they have to do more of defensively. Not just getting sacks, but they have to keep getting in his face. Not let him get his feet set and deliver. He's been carving them up previously.
Yeah, already has a couple of touchdown passes. About time they put a few grass stains on. And trying to get it to Samuel, but it's intercepted. It's Chris Harris with a pick. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like.
On 1st and 10, here's Lance. And he's got his tight end Fant. Touchdown Broncos. Noah Fant as the first half is winding down. And the Broncos are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. They'll look to throw. And he'll get in for the 2 points, and in so doing, cut the deficit to 2 points. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And with a 2-point lead in hand, they may not do anything too aggressive here. That ball caught. Brandon Ayuk. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds.
An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Rolling to his right.
That's going to be caught by Samuel. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. Another strong gain on the last two plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. And this is good. He got just enough to clear the crossbar as he drops it in from long distance. So we've hit halftime here in Santa Clara with the 49ers out in front. As we send you cross-country to Orlando, Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report. It's the 49ers out in front, and they will get the football first as well as we are back and started in the second half. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And they're on the short end of the scoreboard here. And Charles, what adjustments, if any, do you think they need to make for the second half?
Well, paraphrasing the gold medal hockey winning coach Herb Brooks, I just say you continue to play your game. Throw the ball. They had success doing it in the first half. So make sure you keep getting the ball to your playmakers. A little bit more to the perimeter, perhaps. But above all, play your game.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. From the gun, Lance. He'll go up top here for Hamler. And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. That one good for 37 yards. On first down, Williams. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Williams going to get it again on 2nd down. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover there in the end zone. Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Throwing his Lance on 3rd down. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked off by Deshaun Elliott. And he's going to get this one back to the 20-yard line. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the third quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in. Coming out to start this third quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
And they'll run with Sermon to begin the drive. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 59 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
At halftime, you have to feel like the defense had to be in a good position. They had to feel good about themselves. They'd had this guy boxed in all game long, but after that run, That might be the breakthrough that he's looking for. Now they may have some difficulty dealing with him the rest of today.
Pat Surtain up to make the play. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Going right side here, and that's complete. This is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos 33. Now it's Sermon, and he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
On second down, another shot for Sermon. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. This is Sermon. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. The Niners have the first down on a gain of 11.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. 2nd and 6 with the ball on the 7. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. That's caught by Deebo Samuel. Touchdown, San Francisco. Deebo Samuel, his second touchdown of the night. And the 49ers add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. And he's got it. So the 2-point conversion is good, and they add on to their fourth quarter lead. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the fourth quarter. This drive becomes very critical. Now a dump off here complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. First down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards. Working from the gun, Lance. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. On second down now, it's Williams. Oh, look at the juke. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5. Well, this club, there were some reports earlier in the week, and most have heard this by now, the so-called unnamed sources that were saying all is not rosy in that locker room. There's whispers that 1 or 2 guys, CD, have kind of had enough of how things are going and have been going. How would you handle that as a coach?
Well, you and I both know all the coaches that we've dealt with and come in contact with. They'd love to get their hands on those unnamed sources, wouldn't they? But they know that that's not possible.
And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. Nick Bosa has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Another try after the first down sack. Lance. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Eric Armstead, the defensive end, will get credited for the sack.
I remember throughout my career here, defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Throwing left side, it's complete. They'll get 19 out of this, but it will still bring up a 4th down.
I don't know how many times, not just in my playing career, but you and I working together, have we ever heard a coach say, you know, I just don't have that play on my call sheet. And that's really what we had here. That was a big hole they were trying to get out of.
Yeah, big gain, still a ways to go. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off near the 29, and he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Now a handoff. Here's Williams. And he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Back to throw. Lance. And he's got his tight end Fant. Touchdown Broncos. Noah Fant, a beast in the red zone with his 2nd touchdown of the game. And the Broncos have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. And now remember, all touchdowns are reviewed, and in a tight game like this, they're going to take a good long look at it. So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand new ball game. And now look at the situation. You've got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football here or do you throw it?
I think you have that full conversation with your offensive unit, and you tell them, here's the situation. They've got all their timeouts, so we are not going to play this conservatively. We've got to attack them. We've got to make them use those, gain the ground that we need in order to put this game away. If you think we're just going to run it 3 times and punt it, you've got another thing coming.
Yeah, and by the way, also the 2-minute warning in play, so essentially 4 timeouts left.
They have to be aggressive here.
So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. They're facing a critical 3rd down now as they try to hold on to this lead.
Check, check.
On play action, they'll throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Chris Harris speeds in for the sack on the corner blitz. Wisnowski on to punt as he sends this one away. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Broncos take over. 1st down and 10. The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. They're down here in a 1-score game. But the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation.
Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. It's a gain of 34. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. He's got his big tight end, Fant. That catch good for only a couple.
Sometimes it's hard to figure, but you can live with incompletions in this situation. You can't live with these short gains that take time off the clock.
You know who loves it? This defense. Back to throw. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the headlinesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's third down. A couple extra defensive backs out there in the dime, and because of that, really not many. And I believe the referee's been buzzed. Yeah, they want to take another look at this call, and it's certainly a big one here late in a tight game. So the officials and the folks in New York got a second look at this one, and the call is going to be overturned. They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he is in as they have tied it late here in the final minute of the fourth quarter. The dramatic score to tie it, and now they just need the PAT to get the lead late fourth quarter.
So much for the touchdown maker. It's all about the extra point attempter. And I can't wait to see how this one turns out.
A very important extra point there, up and good, and that is going to put them on top by a point, and it sets us up for quite a finish. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. They only need a field goal. Obviously, the clock a huge factor. They'll be watching that. What do they need to do here, Charles?
Your sequence of plays has to get you out of bounds. Completions, get out of bounds, gain some yardage. Then when the clock hits 7 seconds or left, now you get a decision. Are you in field goal range, or is it Hail Mary time? Because from 7 seconds down, you don't want to take a shot that you're going to have another play.
We'll see how they handle it. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. He's back to throw. And he comes back with one complete. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds left to play. Back to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked up by Michael Ojemudia. That time defensively looked like they showed quite a bit of pressure, but backed off, and it proved fruitful. They get the pick.
He went through all of his rules about getting rid of the ball quickly because he read blitz. He saw all those people stacked at the line of scrimmage, and then they fooled him by dropping into coverage. Now he's ready to get rid of the ball fast, but guess what? Too many defenders out there. Exactly as you described, an interception.
So this one will wind up a Denver victory, and it's never easy to come into Denver to win. You think all you have to deal with the altitude, but they got the job done.
Well, there's a reason Olympic athletes train nearby, all right? They've got a terrific training center in Colorado Springs. You train at the altitude, the lungs expand, you go down to the regular. Oh, my goodness, they can go all day. And, in fact, a lot of visiting teams, when you visit,
Why be in one thing up?